Hello, friends. Welcome back to more trading signals for cryptocurrencies. Today is the 1st of April, so I have some kind of announcement very soon, and by very soon, I mean within this month of April. I'm going to release my latest indicator, which is basically, in my opinion, the only indicator in the entire world that can predict with time key movements. Okay, you will be able to predict downtrends or uptrends. Uh, from such a massive distance. I mean, you will have an extreme amount of possibilities. They are all very accurate, and you will be able to predict even moves that go beyond uh, an entire week. So basically, you can predict, for example, an uptrend uh, weeks in advance before it happens. It's the power of the indicator that I have been creating, and I will be obviously that will be only available to the clients. Okay, every single client will get all of my indicators, not just the one that I'm just talking about. All of my previous and existing and future indicators, you will be able to get them just by one subscription. Uh, Obviously, once I get that indicator, I mean, I already have it. It's just a matter of testing and doing a little bit more tweaks to the code. But it's extremely well. And again, once I feel it's the final version, I'm going to use the indicator in my videos so you will see how it works. Now, for the time being, let's just analyze the markets right now. So we see a very powerful crash forming from this area. So safe to say that the 1st of April was the high point, the local high. So we're going to see possibly a lower low. This is what I have been warning about, man, since back in November, I believe, December at most. I told you that we will see very bad months in the coming year. That means 2026, the current year. And I told you that, in my opinion, the worst months could be either February or April. Okay, because those are the months that consistently show in my predictions as possibly extreme downtrends. Now, if this downtrend continues, we're going to see a new low, okay, even lower than these previous supports. It's already very close to this level, so I wouldn't really be surprised if the price drops below 75, for example, in Solana, maybe 74. So eventually we'll reach an even lower low, okay? Like I told you again, this cycle has not yet reached the bottom in many coins, especially in Ethereum. We're going to talk about Ethereum in a little bit, but you can see Solana. The current bottom is 67. This is too high in my opinion. We can see that below 50, and it will be a very safe bet. Now, obviously, that will happen around these months, okay? Around April or possibly the next one. But I'm expecting the downtrend and a very bearish structure forming for the first weeks of April. Now, you will see there is a box right here that says long, it says 2 or 7. Okay, I'm going to also test a new way of doing predictions, basically just uh, doing trades with the local points. So this is a current long. These are the days where it's going to happen, either the 2nd or the 7th of April. Okay, it's not like the other in my previous predictions, in my classic mode of predictions, where you see, for example, a range that says from the 2nd to the 7th of April. No, this is only 2 days possible, the 2nd or the 7th. Okay, it's not from the 2nd to the 7th. Okay, it's one of the two only. So safe to assume that if this is just the beginning of the correction, we're not going to see the long tomorrow, possibly. We'll have to wait until the 7th of April. And again, I do have the other indicator that predicts the future. I'm just not going to show it yet because I do need to do some more testing. Now, let's talk about Ethereum. So Ethereum, as you can see, has a very strong structure right now. Okay, Ethereum, for example, from the current low, what which is slightly below $2,000, is still far with this movement. It's still far from that low, unlike Solana. Solana has been absolutely destroyed. Okay, Solana shorting with Solana has been a massive profit instead of just longing, because I did have previously some longs placed around right here, the 29th of March, and I really didn't benefit that much. I mean, this was not a trade that I would like to do, because the profits are just not worth the risk, in my opinion. Anyways, it was a successful long after a couple tries, but it was a successful long, at least successful enough to recover those losses. So I'm not really mad or anything. But you can see Solana was only shorting. I mean, uh, with Ethereum, we actually got a decent long, a very decent long compared to Solana. And Ethereum is also very, very strong. Okay, the low of the previous year was around below this area. So notice that my indicator is printing a possible reversal around this area. Could make sense, but eventually we'll go and have to revisit below this price, because it doesn't really make sense for Ethereum to finish the cycle with only, I don't know, 1600 on the lowest of the bottom. It doesn't make sense. It has to go below this area, and possibly, I really don't think we're going to see below $1,000, but it has to go below this area. Okay, so that is the main reason, actually, the only main reason why I believe this cycle still has not reached the bottom. It's not because other factors. It's not because of any other thing. It's just because, uh, just by analyzing Ethereum, you will see that it's still very far from the actual and very logical bottom. Very, very far. So it cannot end like that, because if it does, it's going to basically be an anomaly. Okay, something that we have never seen either on Ethereum or any other crypto for that matter. So that's what I'm expecting. Bitcoin, let's talk about Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, not as bad as Solana, but Bitcoin, you can see clearly, not as good as Ethereum either. Okay, we can see that the bear flag is in full force. Okay, we're going to see possibly more volatility for the coming days. And again, these does fall within my predictions. Okay, all the clients, you guys know, I yesterday, last night, I emailed you, I sent you via Telegram, via email, and via WhatsApp for serious right there. So I told you guys, be prepared, because the first box was a red box, and it was around the 2nd to the 4th of April. So right now we could see the beginning of that box playing out. Okay, be very careful with your longs. If you do have longs, do not long. I do not really advise to long any crypto right now, because we're going to see possibly very volatile movements to the downside in order to fulfill the bear flag formation, the bear flag pattern. And it will be possibly after that pattern ends that we can safely long, and possibly even start to bidding many positions. Okay, that's my strategy. I didn't really buy any single crypto in the entire month of February or March, because I knew we are going to go lower. So it doesn't really make sense to me to start buying here when I can get an even better price. Okay, so eventually I will, maybe I will tell you when I do have my positions now on spot, but right now I'm only doing futures. Okay, so perpetuals. Anyways, my friends, I believe that's all I have for you. Okay, final recap. We see the red on the 10-hour time frame that I like the most on every single coin. Solana, like I told you, in a much worse position than other coins, but every single coin has the same pattern. Corrections coming, corrections developing. We're going to see a new low very, very soon. Now, I believe that's all. I mean, the only real other analysis that I have is that on the weekly, some coins have flipped red. So not Ethereum, but if we go to Solana, Solana has flipped red. I was not expecting this indicator to flip green on this entire range of time from late February to basically the entire month of March. I was not expecting that, but that basically just means more range. Doesn't really mean we're going to see the end of the bear market. It will be very soon to actually see the end of the bear market. We're going to go lower, and eventually, maybe around the next months, we're going to see finally the end of the bear market. Still, it's not going to basically um, skyrocket all the way to a new all-time high anytime soon. Okay, so that's all I have for you. Again, be prepared, especially the clients. Okay, you will be notified when I do have the indicator ready, and you will be sent that indicator for free. For anyone else that is interested in acquiring the indicator, all you have to do is email me, and I will send you all the details. So have a good day, have a good time. Take care, guys. Follow my work. I'll see you guys next time.